All right, so the crypto market has been extremely eventful over the last 24 hours. We've seen Crypto.com come out and sue the SEC after receiving a Wells notice. We've seen major news come out from FTX and what exactly is going to happen with them paying back all of their creditors. We've seen major developments come out from spot Bitcoin ETFs and BlackRock. And in today's video, I want to cover the most important things that have happened, starting off with the overall market. And if we're looking at the overall market, we can see that Bitcoin right now is sitting just around $62,000 per coin. Interesting thing about Bitcoin is that we have seen it be rejected at this key resistance level. Bitcoin has just been trading along this resistance level, this downward sloping resistance, over the last couple of weeks, and we saw it rejected at this level. So right now, the most likely scenario is that we are going to see Bitcoin now retest the lower level of this channel that we have been seeing Bitcoin trade in for the last couple of weeks now. And if we just drag this down, you can see that really Bitcoin has been trading right along this level for the last couple of weeks, last couple of months. So most likely scenario in the short term is that we see a bounce off of that. But if we're looking at what's going on in terms of institutions like positive news, I wanted to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, Cryptomus. Cryptomus is a multifunctional platform designed for both business and personal use. And let's first talk about their personal wallet, because with their personal wallet, you can go ahead and store your crypto all in one place, keep it secure, and enjoy fast transactions. On top of this, you can withdraw within 2 minutes to avoid any mistakes. Next is going to be cash back. You can receive between 0.1% and 0.4% cash back for using Cryptomus Wallet when paying invoices. They have a convert feature. It's a great tool for exchanging one of your cryptocurrencies for another with no commissions charged at all. They have a P2P exchange, which is an exchange platform that allows you to trade crypto directly with each other for only 0.1% commission. And they also have a referral program where you can receive 30 to 50% of the payment fee with the Cryptomus referral program. Next, they also have major business uses. With their business wallet, they have white label solution, your branding on all payment processing, fiat payments. So if you don't have cryptocurrency, crypto processing, where you can create your own processing features, and mass payouts to make all transactions in a single session. Lastly is they already have an iOS application that you could go ahead and use and start enjoying the entire platform today. Anyways, let's get back to the program. Is that we have first of all seen in terms of spot Bitcoin ETF inflows, there's been a record $235.2 million of inflows as of October 7th. So October 7th, we saw over $235 million of inflows into spot Bitcoin ETFs. And the reason why this is important is because this is the largest amount of inflows we had seen in well over a week, which is signaling that maybe the market is flipping. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit more bullish sentiment coming into the market. And I know we talked about bearish news in terms of technicals on the short term, but seeing institutions pour a lot of money, hundreds of millions of dollars into Bitcoin on a single day, usually leads to something more positive long term. It's usually best to follow what these institutions are doing rather than listen to exactly what the media is saying. When you're seeing institutions pour billions of dollars into something, it's usually that's probably a smart thing to be doing as well. It's not always smart to follow the headlines because there's a lot of FUD. Now, if we switch gears and talk about major news that has come out, one of which is going to be with Crypto.com. Crypto.com has received a Wells notice from the SEC. And if you guys aren't familiar, a Wells notice is a letter from the SEC that basically says, look, we are going to be investigating you for potentially violating SEC laws. And with this, we've actually seen that a lot of crypto companies have received this over the past year. We've seen companies like Coinbase, OpenSea, Robinhood's crypto business, and a few others have received Wells notices over the last year, and really nothing came about them. So a lot of this is just FUD that would potentially hurt the price of crypto in the short term, but long term, we have seen with Coinbase, we've seen with Robinhood, we've seen with OpenSea, it really didn't affect the business. It didn't lead to anything long term, and I'm not expecting anything different with Crypto.com and them. They actually did file a lawsuit against the SEC after receiving this Wells notice. They basically just said, look, we're trying to prevent the SEC from unlawfully expanding its jurisdiction to cover secondary market sales of certain network tokens sold on the exchange. And Like I said, short term, this could drive the price down a little bit, but long term, I don't think it's going to have much of an impact. Last thing in terms of major overall crypto market news is going to be with FTX, because FTX, according to a recent Delaware bankruptcy judge ruling, they approved FTX's reorganization plan almost 2 years after they filed for bankruptcy. And the important thing about this is that every single dollar that a creditor lost, that is like a non-governmental creditor, they're going to receive $1.19. And this is something that's very important, because everyone who lost money from FTX, they're basically going to get repaid all of the money they lost plus interest. And they talk all about this right here. They said, look, if we look at what's going on, looking ahead, we're poised to return 100% of bankruptcy claim amounts plus interest for non-governmental creditors through what will be the largest and most complex bankruptcy estate asset distribution in history. They say they collect between $14.7 billion and $16.5 billion worth of property for distribution. Previously had estimated only $11.2 billion. So good news here is that it looks like anyone who lost money with FTX, originally people have been receiving a lot less than what they lost, but according to this new Delaware judge and what they approved, it looks like everyone's going to be getting back all of their money plus interest. So it's like 119% of the amount that they were originally owed. Now let's switch gears though and talk about what's going on with altcoins, because if we're looking at altcoins, we can see major things coming up. First of which is that I invested in a project called Lyvely. Lyvely is a project that did have a public sale, and recently Altcoin Daily did a video on them. In the video, Altcoin Daily talks all about what's going on with them. I personally did a video on them as well a little while ago, and I've been using the platform for a while. And the interesting thing about this platform, the thing that I'm really excited about and why I wanted to touch on it in today's video, is that they're having their TGE. Their TGE is just in a couple of days. It's taking place on October 10th, and they already have confirmed listings on Gate.io, on MEXC, some of the biggest exchanges in the world. And this is something that's very exciting, seeing big names like Altcoin Daily talk about them, see that they're confirming listings on Gate.io and MEXC. All of these things, in my opinion, are going to lead to a very successful launch. And this is a project that I would be keeping an eye out on, because they have a real working product, tens of thousands of users, and they're securing a lot of major partnerships, leading up to this listing. Next one is going to be with Omnia Protocol. Omnia Protocol does have its IDO and TGE taking place. Its TGE is taking place on October 15th. IDO is taking place on ChainGPT's launchpad on the 9th and 10th of October. So you're going to have to keep an eye out on this project. Omnia Protocol is changing the game in the crypto space. I've been posting about this project for nearly 7 or 8 months now over on X. We've talked about them in a couple of videos recently, and now with their IDO taking place very shortly on ChainGPT, with their TGE coming up, I would not want to miss out on this project. I personally have invested in this project, and I'm extremely excited about what they're going to be doing moving forward in the crypto space as they just continue to onboard and gain a lot of new partnerships, attract more users to their overall protocol and their ecosystem. This is something that you're just definitely going to want to keep an eye out on.